Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best Canon camera.
Starting at number 5.
Canon EOS R6 Mark. Ever since the DSLR days, the 6 series has carved a niche as Canon's all-rounder range. And the R6 Mark II is a worthy successor to the Canon EOS 6D Mark II, the last DSLR I bought, offering an upgrade in every department. This is one of the most formidable hybrid cameras around, punching well above its weight. I was amazed at the 40 frames per second burst rate, which is even faster than the flagship EOS R3. It uses the same flagship autofocus system, too, so this is a camera that's up to the task of sports, wildlife, and fast action. The 24.2 MP sensor can capture oversampled 6K for gorgeous 4K 60p video, too, and Canon has introduced one of my favorite features, pre-capture, which enables the camera to record 0.5 seconds of stills or up to 5 seconds of video before you fully depress the shutter. My only reservations with the camera are the buffer, which at 75 raw images did catch up with me when shooting at 40 frames per second, possibly due to the choice of SD cards instead of CF Express, though that does keep the cost down. Also be aware that you're limited 40 minutes of oversampled 4K 60p or 6 hours of 4K 30p before the camera cuts off.
Coming at number 4.
Canon EOS R100. In my opinion, there's no better way to learn photography than to use a mirrorless camera. The viewfinder and rear screen show you exactly what your images will look like as you adjust the exposure settings, which helps you understand how things like aperture and shutter speed work. And what I really love about the R100 is that it has a guided user interface, with menus that show you how to achieve effects such as blurred backgrounds or frozen motion. While it's a beginner camera, the R100 is still amazingly capable. Canon's trusty 24.1 MP APS-C sensor delivers images worthy of far more advanced cameras. I was blown away by the quality of the files. I also love that it's got a microphone jack, which is rare on a camera at this price point, so if you want to shoot video you can get great quality sound using a dedicated mic, rather than relying on the built-in mics. That said, there are some compromises with 4K video. It incurs a 1.55x crop and doesn't make use of the brilliant dual-pixel autofocus. The R100 is an incredibly compact camera, and paired with the similarly compact Canon RFS lenses fits great in a sling bag or handbag for run-and-gun shooting. However, those with larger hands might find it a bit too small, and it's also worth noting that the screen is fixed and doesn't offer touch control. Those few foibles aside, this is a brilliant beginner camera.
At number 3.
Canon EOS R7. The R7 is Canon's top-flight APS-C camera, and is such a powerhouse that it actually packs more megapixels, 32.5 MP, than some of its full-frame cameras. While it's a fantastic all-rounder, what I love to use it for most is wildlife photographer. This is mainly due to the 1.6x crop factor of Canon's APS-C sensor, which increases the equivalent focal length of your lenses. When I mount the Canon RF 600mm on the R7 it becomes an effective 960mm lens. So, between the longer focal length giving you more reach and the extra resolution giving you more room to crop, I find this a uniquely capable camera for wildlife. It rattles off stills at up to 30 frames per second, so you never miss a moment, and packs the same autofocus system as the R5, so the camera never misses a beat. And if you shoot video it can capture 4K that's oversampled from 7K, for maximum detail. It's weather sealed to withstand outdoor conditions, packs dual memory cards and a joystick, and on top of everything it's image stabilized as well.
Number 2 of my list.
Canon EOS Rebel. Not everyone needs all the firepower or all the expense of a camera like the R5. For photography students or complete newcomers, a budget DSLR body can be the best option, and I think the Rebel SL3, aka the 250D in Europe, is capable, cheap, and a great way into the Canon ecosystem. It uses older DSLR technology, so it lacks the features and finesse of mirrorless cameras, but when you're learning you don't need all the bells and whistles. And just because it's cheap, doesn't mean it's crap. I've taken images with this 24.1 MP APS-C sensor that look as good as anything I've shot on a $4,000 camera. It's also compact and comfortable to hold. In fact, its ergonomics are better than some much newer cameras I've used. The SL2 is a superb starter camera at a superb price, and the EF and EFS lenses you use with it can be adapted to Canon's mirrorless EOS R cameras, so when your skills grow and you upgrade your body, you can keep using your lenses.
And number 1.
Canon EOS R5. I was so blown away by the Canon EOS R5 that I bought one on release day. It is that good. For my money, quite literally, it does anything and everything you could ask of a camera. Not only do you get high-resolution 45MP stills as standard, it can also shoot up to 400MP images in a special mode. It offers lightning-fast continuous shooting, too, delivering bursts of up to 20 frames per second. It's also a monster at video, with its headline raw 8K 30p video being utterly gorgeous, and it can be oversampled for stunning 4K HQ, though the standard 4K mode is nothing to write home about. Yes, there are well-publicized overheating limits, but in truth I've never had any problems in personal use. The only time I ran into issues was when I torture tested the camera for my review. The R5's autofocus is so good that I called it a cheat code, and I stand by that. Dual pixel CMOS AF2 is the best system in the industry right now, better than that of the Sony A9 III and Nikon Z8/Z9. Add in weather sealing, rock-solid in-body image stabilization, up to 8 stops, and support for super-fast CF Express B cards, as well as standard SD cards, and this is a camera that can take on any task.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.